go back and watch this episode and you see some of the camera angles and everything, it was classic horror still. Mm-hmm. It was classic horror, even though it wasn't that typical, like, what goes bump in the night type of horror. And I think that's what was really good about it. I mean, there was certain shots, you know, the whole Sam seeing these premonitions and going, oh shit. And they did the classic, you know, swerve, oh shit, Dean died. Like that was, that's what I love about,
you know, that was a great twist,
dude.
too.
I watched, knowing, okay, obviously I know where we're at.
I said, oh shit, I said, even watching it again.
And I'm like, oh wait, he doesn't die. But I was like, oh shit. Like,
I didn't remember
I didn't remember at all. And I thought, man, that's to go back and watch the first season and watch one of the main characters die and go, oh shit, still. Yeah. That's great storytelling. That's great storytelling. And to the fact where it's like, I know he's going on to like 13, 14 more seasons, but I still was like, oh fuck. At that time, I can remember watching that the first time I watched it. I was like, oh fuck, really? Like, oh, you know, and then because I was dumb and couldn't figure out that, oh, he's the premonition. Like, but it's weird that you go back, like you said, 13 years or whatever, and the storytelling is so good in this episode that I got lost in the fact that he got shot in the head. Like,
yeah. And you see it from so many different angles, whether it's the deconstruction of the genre or the building of characters and seeing more. And again, the acting is even great in this one between the nuances of how Jensen Ackles plays Dean and what you can read in his character.
It's Ackles, Thomas.
Ackles.
Yeah, they wanted me to tell you that on Facebook.
Oh, what was he saying?
What do I say?
I guess you say Ackles.
Oh,
Jensen Ackles.
I talked too fast then.
Jensen Ackles. Just do it, dude. It's like the Mars attack. Just say that. Jensen Ackles. There you go.
Now,
I would if it was me that they were complaining about, you know, I would just do it on purpose.
Yeah.
Yeah. Change his name to you know,
Jensen
Ackles.
Jensen Padalecki.
Jansen Eckelstein. Great actor.
Really brought it home in this one. Seeing the nuances in his performance.
Completely make up his last name.
Jansen Acklestone. There you go.
He does such a great job portraying what Dean's thinking in this episode, especially at the end, without saying it. And it all comes to light in an episode where we find out there's so much more going on to the main story than just what we had previously believed. Because so far you would think they're hunting something that killed their mom, kinda, and that they're after their dad and whatever killed Jess's killer.
Right.
But we don't really think that the brothers have any deeper connection other than just a simple revenge plot at this point. And it's in this episode that everything gets changed. Everything about Sam that we first got in a couple of episodes, like the premiere episode and Bloody Mary, come more into light. And we see that there's a lot more going on with this.
You get a small taste of things to come.
Yes. And it's a good way to do it. And it's a pretty good point in the story to do it. At this point, we've learned more about Dean and what his motivations are from episodes like Faith. We learned about the relationship between Sam and his family with Bugs. We've learned about how Dean was so closed off to so many people, except a few in just the previous episode, Route 666.
Right.
And we're starting to know these characters a little more. So now is a great time to bring about what's the main story and how is it going to affect them. And seeing those things from Dean in the last two episodes, we get a lot more about how he is as a person and how he handles issues moving forward into the later seasons. The idea that he is truly that older brother that wants to protect Sam from anything. And he's got his own unique way of doing it, something that I think other people can relate to as well. I know personally I can speak towards if somebody else that I care about is having a bad time or freaking out about something, I usually play it off as it's going to be fine. I'm not even worried about this issue. We're going to make jokes.
Yeah,
and then in my head, I'm like, oh fuck, we got to figure this out.
Yeah.
But I don't present that.
I say, oh fuck, man, you're fucked.
Yeah,
we need to figure this out.
Sack
see
up.
Different
Sack
styles.
up, you wuss.
Or clit up.
Clit up.
Yeah,
we should make that a thing.
Clit up.
Yeah, clit up. Can that be a Rain Man shirt? Yo, clit up.
Supernatural Crossroads. Clit up.
Clit up.
There you go.
That might be a top seller.
Put Claire on it. Clit up. No. Yeah.
But this episode has
what is the clit?
I have no idea. I don't even know where that thing's at.
That's the real mystery.
Yeah.
As on the back of the shirt.
No, yeah, it says clit up.
But seriously,
and then
where is it?
Like, seriously, what is that? I don't know what that is.
Some people say it doesn't exist.
Are you some of those people, Mike?
Yeah. He's like, I've never found one, so it's probably not there.
Oh, God. Now, this episode had a shit ton of stuff from a writing and character development standpoint, but it also had great effects. It had great cinematography. I loved how the entire opening scene is something that you can understand exactly what's happening with it on mute.
Yeah, you
which I love that.
Yeah,
it's something we don't see a lot of today. We get a ton of exposition.
Well, it is a visual medium, a visual storytelling medium.
But people don't think about it.
I know, and that's if a show can if you could kind of grab or grasp the story by watching just the visuals, I think that's a job well done.
Yeah.
Well, I
absolutely.
mean, I said it about 5 minutes. Storytelling. If I can sit here and mute the show and watch that, I can figure out that car just killed him. Then, I mean, what else do I need? I don't need someone saying, well, oh man, looks like that guy committed suicide.
Yeah.
Like, no, he didn't. I watched it. I think sometimes
maybe it was conflicted suicide. Maybe he wasn't sure. He's like,
I shouldn't do this. He puts it in park and drive.
Do this.
Park reverse, park reverse. Should I die? Should I not die?
Doors are unlocked. They're locked.
Oh shit. You know, like, yeah, he's like, man, you know, nobody likes me, but I am loved by some people.
It was conflicted suicide due to not being able to find the clit, I think.
Yeah, he was like, he was like, man, my wife, I can't pleasure her. I can't find her clit.
Do I kill myself? Do I not?
I should kill myself. Well, wait, she does like my penis though. Like,
I can have more sex if I keep trying to find it, but I can't find it, so I should kill myself.
Yeah, it's like, it's conflicted, dude.
Oh, that's Jesus.
I mean, he should have just thrown like a toaster in the bathtub and went that way. That's old school.
That way?
That's old school, dude. Just electrocute yourself.
But
don't be a wuss.
Don't be a pussy.
Clit up, bro. Clit up. Clit up and fucking kill yourself
with
the right
electrical
way.
current.
Yeah. You know, I to back on topic, but that was such a great opening scene, and I think you know it sets the tone right off the bat to go, oh shit, we're dealing with something. At first, I even watching it now, I was like, oh shit, it's a ghost. I couldn't remember what actually happened in the episode, so I was like, oh damn, a ghost. And then I was like, wait a second.
Well, one of the things I loved about that was that it then is Sam wakes up. And so it's so many times we see now just how the person dies from the monster in the background. I remember that was a lot of season 10 was just that. I felt like that's all the opening ever was.
It was, yeah.
And in this, we see directly, again, without saying anything, we see how this directly affects our characters and how they're directly connected to the storyline. Not just they happen to walk through town or read a newspaper article later.
Yeah. And we're going to get into all of that.
Yeah.
There's also some great visual effects as well. And even though they're simple, I would think would be a great way to describe it in more contemporary terms. But
they're still effective.
But very effective. And we're going to get into that as well because there's some really cool gags that they did.